This setup video, monthly setup video, is going to be a little different. For the most part, this year have been working with these two Stalogy notebooks. This one goes from December 2022 all the way through July. And this one I have been using it from August through November. Now I'm going to set up for December. I'm saying that this setup video is going to be different because, well, I'll be setting up my monthly. Right now I'm currently experimenting with a new notebook to see what kind of changes I want to do for my bullet journal in 2024. This whole thing started with, where is it? With this Moleskine, where I have been planning and using, just expressing myself in this notebook. And I want to see if this is something I could do also with a Leuchtturm that has half of the amount of pages I have either in one of these Moleskines or in a Stalogy. Because for 2024 I want to work with two Leuchtturms. So I decided to move into one of these ones. This one was lying around in my house. It was in my stack of notebooks. And I decided to try experimenting or playing with my planning process in here, adding some creative space, painting, to see how fast I go through the notebook in 1 month, and then have an idea of what kinds of things I could have in my bullet journal in 2024. And I will show you how I do this setup, because I do want to finish, the whole year with this kind of style. I'm very, I love the way this notebook turned out, and the bigger one, this one. So I do want to close the year strong. I do like these monthly layouts, so I don't have a monthly layout in here. I will still reference this notebook for my monthly and for my future log. The only things I will not be using here will be my dailies. Those ones I have moved over here, and my weeks, my weekly layouts. So, in the spirit of being transparent, I think I'm going to do the weeklies in here and show you the ones I have over here, so you can have two options. And the whole point of my channel, of these videos, is to share ideas, share what works for me. And if any of those ideas work for you and inspire you, that's my goal in all of this. So I will start with this setup monthly, then the weeks, and then I will show you how my weeklies look in here and the way I'm doing my dailies in this notebook. By the way, I think I mentioned this. This is a Leuchtturm 1917. Because it was the one I had lying around. This is white paper, so that has been something I have not been loving for my bullet journal, but still I'm liking how this is turning out. I'll show you in a moment. So skip the parts that interest you, and I hope you find inspiration in this video. past months for my monthly themes, I have been working mostly with Mexican themes. I have loved the way they turned out. September is when we celebrate Independence Day here in Mexico, so I went with corn and some Mayan symbols. Then for October, well, this is not truly Mexican. It's Halloween, but yeah, I added some pumpkins and doodles. But for November, I have death bread and death flower. We call it here cempasúchil. Okay, so for December, I struggled to come up with a theme because last December I went with, where is it? Nochebuenas, which is this very red flower. You see it everywhere in Mexico. They decorate all public spaces with these flowers and it's gorgeous. Absolutely love them. But I didn't want to repeat the same theme. Even though this is 2022, I could have gotten away with it, I think. But I wanted to try something different. So I'm breaking away from my plants, fruits, and vegetables, and I think I'm going to do a piñata. As a little context, here in Mexico, in the month of December, we celebrate something called posadas. And these are basically Christmas parties, but we usually have this kind of piñata in the shape of a star. When I was little, these piñatas used to be stuffed with tangerines and peanuts and some candies. And I remember that when they were broken, kids would run for the candy and then they would leave all the tangerines and the peanuts behind. But yeah, those are very popular. You see them everywhere in December. I'm doing one of those piñatas over here and maybe some candies on this side. as I have mentioned before, I keep this side for holidays and birthdays. And over here I write down events and appointments. This is my tab for my weeklies. It goes over here. And these are my weeks for December. So because I'm using December kind of as an experimental month to see how I want to adjust or what changes I want to make in my planning system for 2024, I'm giving myself the freedom to use December kind of as an experiment. So from this bullet journal, I will only be working with so this part, I'm a monthly. Those are the only things I'm going to reference here because I'm just so used to that and I don't want to change. Like, I'm just very used to checking my month over here in this notebook and my future log over here. My weeklies, this is a demonstration in case you want to kind of follow this style, because I'm using this Leuchtturm 1917 as my current bullet journal for my dailies and for my weeklies. I've been trying to be more playful with my bullet journal, see how fast I go through my pages, to see how many things I can add in the future into one of these notebooks, or if maybe I should keep it just, straight planning, no memory keeping, no anything. So let me show you what I have in here. My weekly layout in here is a lot more simple. It looks like this. As you can see, these are plain pages, so I used this grid underneath to kind of have an idea of where I should put my days. I think it looks fairly good. It's very similar to what I have going on over here in my everyday carry. I think, even though I have been truly enjoying this, I mean, today is December 7th and I am already in page 56 and 57. So I think I'm going to have to stick just with my to-do list, my daily to-do lists, if I want these notebooks to last at least for 6 months. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go back to a notebook with close to 400 pages. But yeah, I really like working with these notebooks, the Leuchtturm. I love the different colors. I love the whole idea of archiving them with a little sticker in the back, the size, everything about these notebooks. I love them, so I really want these to work. And I think it's going to help a lot that in 2024 I'm going to be working with the Hobonichi cousin. I think that's going to help me extend the life of my bullet journals a lot more. But anyway, this is how that very simple weekly layout. I just use kind of like a brush marker for the days. I use whatever pen I have in hand. This is ballpoint pen, this is friction pen, gel pens, and I have been liking just crossing out things. It makes it very, very visible where my eyesight should focus, so I'm loving that. So this is the rest of December. Yeah, and this is kind of how my dailies are looking like, and I'm absolutely loving them. I started just doing my to-do list and adding like 3 or 4 bullet points of the most important things that happened. But because I'm using this notebook for the whole month, then I started adding a little bit more because I'm not doing my memory keeping or my record keeping here in my dailies. But yeah, in 2024, the record keeping part is going to be in my Hobonichi cousin. I will talk about that more in depth in a video. I love the way this notebook takes acrylic. That kind of confirms my decision to work with one of these notebooks. I loved the way I mean, I was very happy with the way Moleskine took my acrylics. Very nice. But here, oh, it just feels very smooth. I mean, I know it's not something I really can show on camera, but this feels fantastic. And at first the page did buckle a lot, but now it's perfect. And I have plenty of lists. What else? Oh, these are some other dailies. So this is the weekend. Some notes on an article I was reading in El País. And this is a tea I had in the morning. Doodles, things I want to read, so plenty of lists. So in 2024 I will talk about a lot more about that in the upcoming video, but for example these lists, I think I'm going to write them down in my Hobonichi cousin, because I also want to be more relaxed about the way I use all my planning process. I want it to be more relaxed, more less restrictive, I guess. So these kinds of lists, I think I'm going to have them in my Hobonichi, because I do want each notebook to last at least 6 months. Another painting. These two paintings, by the way, are not like my idea. These are from one of my kids' favorite books. It's called How to Catch a Star by Oliver Jeffers. So this is the author. Even if you don't have kids, these are lovely stories, and his illustrations are just so whimsical and beautiful and fantastic. So if you're interested in illustration, I recommend checking out his books, Oliver Jeffers. This one is also from him, and I love the way he does the trees. But yeah, this is another illustration that I took or tried to recreate from that particular book, How to Catch a Star. Another to-do list of things I want to get done. Dailies. I'm thinking I like them more minimal, not so many, like this feels too crowded. I think, yeah, I'm still playing with my dailies to see what feels more comfortable, what's easier to read. This feels too crowded, so... Oh, this is from a book, painting. More lists and notes. Okay, this is today. I wanted to see how my dailies would look like using the whole page. Of course, that would not be a very good idea in 2024, but I like how this looks, and I like all this white space, so I think I'm going to cut down to the bare minimum the use of washes and stickers. This feels more like what I like seeing in my planners, my personalized planners. So, and yeah, this is from Gillen Leather, so this is my bookmark for my dailies, and I keep this one in my weekly. And these are some important notes. So this is what I have going on in here. I may be done with this notebook in December, but that's mostly because I have been just enjoying myself, you know, painting, sketching, doodling, everything. Taking notes on things that I find interesting, adding tip-ins. I'm just having fun experimenting with my planning style, what my dailies look like, what my weeklies look like. Yeah, just enjoying the process to see how I want to work with my bullet journals in 2024 and make it more, I guess, more enjoyable. The thing is, I have mentioned this before, I don't archive my bullet journals. Not all of them, only the ones I really like. But after I worked with that Moleskine and seeing how attached I am to... Let me find it because I'm talking a lot about that one. This notebook has so much of me in its pages that it feels so special. And it's not, you know, particularly aesthetic or pretty, or I was not precious with this notebook, but it just really feels so special. The stories I wrote in here, I'm really attached to this notebook. And that got me thinking, I would like to have that with my bullet journals, you know? Yes, it's nice, you know, when I do my watercolors and I do a beautiful setup, but that doesn't mean I'm attached to them. I would like my notebooks to have more of me, of my creative expression, of my stories, of my thoughts, and I want them to be something I would treasure in the future, something I would want to look back on, because I mean, I'm investing in notebooks that I really like. I'm working with things that truly inspire me. So why not turn this into something that I want to keep? And that's why I don't want to go through more than 2 of these per year. I'm good with archiving maybe 2 of these. More than that, that will be too much. But I do want my bullet journals to feel more personal, to feel more like a reflection of a particular moment in my life, like this notebook, the stories I have in here, the thoughts, my rants, my brain dumps, my sketches, my drawings, the little things I added, everything. It feels very special. I think, in my experience, the way to make them more special is adding more of myself in them, of the things that inspire me, the things that spark joy, the things that spark curiosity. I'm curious how many of you share that thought, and or if you think that bullet journals are something that should be just, you know, move on. Yeah, just that I'm investing a lot of time in my bullet journals, so I want them to be more than a record of the things I have to do, you know? That's my reflection of the day. If you have any thoughts or questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I will be back with the video where I show you how I'm going to work with my planners in 2024, and my reflections, another video with my reflections and thoughts on the things that worked and didn't work in 2023. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.